How does intonation help us sound clearer? How can we add more clarity to our communication if we use the right tone of voice and the right intonation? What does pitch have to do with this, or melody? And how do you express yourself in the English language to make sure that you're understood the way you want to be understood? We can communicate a whole bunch of different information with our intonation. Just by stressing the right words or the wrong words, we can express the right ideas or the wrong ideas. Many non-native speakers follow the natural to them intonation patterns and intonation contours because they exist in their first language and they believe that the same intonation pattern will mean the same in another language. What usually happens instead of clear communication is that their American colleagues or their British colleagues say that you're being rude. Or they start asking questions like, have you had a bad day? Why show all this attitude? And you stand there not understanding why people react that way. What is it that you said that makes them flip out? Or that makes them not want to continue the conversation with you? Clarity means you eliminate wordiness, yes. Clarity means you structure your thoughts. Clarity means you choose your words wisely. Clarity means you slow down because you don't want to hurry and say way more than you should say. Clarity also means you can stress and emphasize the right pieces of information. Because as long as you talk, I don't want to say control, but you manage other people's expectations, kind of. It's your job to emphasize the right word that will resonate with this specific person. Intonation helps us show how we really feel about what we're saying. And we will practice expressing ourselves in a bunch of different ways during the sprint. How do you show sympathy? How do you show empathy? How do you show understanding? How do you do small talk? That too, in English. But how do you express a concern? How do you say that you're really sorry, not just because you have to say you're really sorry? How do you make a compliment? Or how do you fight back when you need to fight back? How do you react to abuse? How do you defend yourself? How do you stand up for yourself? And how do you, most importantly, how do you understand the code? So when people talk to you, are they really being nice? Or are they being sarcastic? What do they really mean? What are their true intentions? Some people don't even understand that they continue allowing people to hurt them with their words. They don't understand that that was a sarcastic comment and they continue engaging in a conversation. And some people don't understand that that was a very kind comment and they react aggressively. We're going to work on understanding all these elements of intonation and tone of voice, especially if you need to deliver bad news to your clients. Like breaking bad news is always a challenge, especially if you need to deal with angry customers, especially if you need to work with objections, sell, persuade people, explain different ideas, if you need to fight misunderstanding, or if you need to explain things either in writing or during calls, intonation will help you communicate with more clarity. And this is where we're going to practice spontaneous speaking skills and we're going to practice our listening skills. We want to learn to speak with the right intonations, but we also want to learn to understand native speakers and their intonations. Hence, a lot of listening exercises are going to be here in the sprint.